Hello everyone, welcome to week 2 of our free social branding course here on YouTube. This week's going to be a little bit closer. Last week we looked at the 40,000 foot view of social branding, what it is, what it entails, all the different things that it can help you with in your business. This week we're going to hone in on actually building your brand. The title is about building your new brand, but this can definitely apply to an existing business who's looking to really up their performance and get a lot better results in the market. Now, the goal with these isn't to take hours at a time from your day, so I'm trying to keep these at a maximum 20 minutes. With that in mind, this video is not going to show you everything. And this is how I want to solve that. I have 4 weeks planned. What I'd like to do is extend this to be 6, 8, 12 weeks. And the way I'm going to do that is I want you to head down to the comments below after you watch this video. Let me know what aspect you would like to learn more about specifically, and I will follow up with a video on that. Hopefully we'll have people interested in various aspects, and we will move forward and actually introduce those to you. Alternatively, if you don't have a YouTube account and you just want to email me, go ahead and send an email over to info@josephmacolino.com, and I will get that message and we will make sure to get you that video up here. Now, what we want to do today though is give you a close enough look that you can actually start implementing this. And we do that by asking some key questions, but first we have to get a baseline. When you're in business, you have competitors. So doing competitor research is absolutely essential to forming your own company. Now, if you want to really stand out from the crowd, you're never going to accomplish that if you don't know what other people in your market are already doing. The key here is never to directly copy a competitor, at least not in their branding. Well, not at all, period, because you can get in legal trouble. But you do want to look at systems and model systems from your competitors when they work. However, you never want to model or copy their branding, even if it works. The reason is you want to stand out and you want to be different. The whole point with this is to distinguish yourself and make it so that your competition all of a sudden becomes irrelevant. So we start that by competitor research. So let's use an example right now. And let's say that you're starting a barbecue joint, right? And your barbecue joint is in Tampa, Florida. So you do Tampa, Florida barbecue. Now, what we're going to find here, so we have Dickies, they're a chain, but they're around in this area, so let's go ahead and look at them. We got these listed right here. We're going to find out if they have any. I'm going to open up that in more places. The 10 best barbecue in Florida, there we go. Best barbecue, Yelp, TripAdvisor. This is fine. So what we're doing here, and now we have our first actual website, Holy Hog. So these people are either spending money on SEO or they're really doing well as far as getting engagement online. Barbecue. And this is literally our first part of the process. We are opening to look at every single one of these. And the reason we have to do that, that's a LinkedIn one, I'm not going to bother with that. Wholesale roasting sticks, that has nothing to do with it either, so we're not going to bother with that. Now, Google's the first point of access. The next one is Bing, and then the next one, YouTube. Now, I do more than just Tampa, Florida barbecue, but for this video, let's focus on this, just identify some of our competition. Again, if you want to know more about how I do this research, just let me know, and I will make another video that goes into detail on this. This is kind of the boring part, if you will. It's really the tedious work that a lot of people don't want to take the time to do, but before we dive into this, let me express one thing clearly here. This is the research that is what sets you apart from everyone else in the market. This is the research that makes it so instead of struggling to make 4 figures a month, you're making 5, 6 figures consistently every month. Why? Because you took the time to know what's out there. You took the time to distinguish yourself. You took the time to learn what works and what doesn't. And in doing so, you're going to get a huge leg up on your competition because you'll be able to craft a brand that really resonates. we're done with Google for now. All I do is look at the first page. Then again, I go to Bing and I look at their first page results, and I go to YouTube and I compare their results. I search a few different keywords. For now, we're just pretending all I'm searching is Tampa, Florida barbecue. Now, what you do here at this point is you go up here. Did we cater your last event? Tell us how and on. Okay, this is Dickey's. Obviously, it's going to be a decent site. This is a big franchise, or at least semi-big franchise. It's around. So they have their website. What we do is, before anything, we go ahead, we add this to our favorites, and we create a new folder. Other bookmarks, we create a new folder, and we do barbecue competitor research. Let's do that right now. New folder, barbecue competitor research, and we save that. Now, then we close it out. Now we go over here to these local listings. We want to see any that have a website. This one does. Go over here. That does not. That does not. That does not. That does not. Now, one thing we might consider, since this is a restaurant, actually hint, I would definitely consider doing this, is to actually save some of these anyways. So what we can do is we can save this search and hit done. And what we can do is we can come back here and start reading through the reviews. I know, tedious, annoying, sure, boring maybe. But this is the kind of research you want to do, because these reviews can tell us a lot about their customers and can tell us a lot about what they're looking for. Great hole-in-the-wall place. The ribs are a hit and miss, so go at your own risk, but the pork and sausage are always on point. This person gave a 5-star review, even though the ribs are a hit or a miss. Service is good, just make sure you get there no later than 11:30 because it gets packed quickly. So there's some negatives going on here. But family style seating, it looks like as long as the sausage and pork is good. Again, this is one person, but you look for trends here. Maybe you'll find a lot of these reviews. Oh, I didn't like this, but the sausage and pork was great. Oh, well, you know, I didn't like this aspect, but the seating was great. And you wanna really take count of that and figure out what's working for them and what isn't. And this is how you're gonna help form your own branding. Let's go over here to this place. This is that one that did have a website. Hank's. The website's pretty good. It's a little bit powerful here, a little bit overwhelming up at the top with that header, but pretty decent overall. Again, just save it for now. One of the things you do here is all of these sites you're saving, you are going to go back to look at the colors. You're going to look at the text. You're going to look at the words. You're going to look at every aspect, and you're going to see how it's working. The idea here is you need to see what your competitors are already doing for two reasons. One, it helps you discover what works. Again, those systems that work that you want to model. Two, and most importantly, it lets you set yourself apart. This has wood planks, I guess these are, is what Hank's is made out of. Wood planks, Hank's, you got a little rhyme there. So you don't want to make your logo or your name out of wood planks, because somebody's already doing that, and if somebody already has seen them, then they're going to feel it off. Look at the business hours. It's like a street sign with the no parking, and it's broken. Obviously you don't want to do that, but maybe people respond well to this and you want to do something similar but different. Again, no street sign, but maybe you love sports at your barbecue joint, so you have a scoreboard from baseball. Maybe baseball is a big thing in your area, so you have a baseball with the innings, but instead it has open close. I'm not a designer, I don't know exactly how you do that, but you get your designer on it, or I get my designer on it, and they build something. It works perfectly. Let's go through. I'm taking too much time on this, so let me try to rush through this. So basically what you go through is you go through all of these. Again, you can just save this. Let's just save this for now. Just save this. You can go through all of these, look at their websites if they have one. If they don't, try to look at some of those reviews. The more reviews you can look at, the better. Best Barbecue in Tampa. This is a news report from last year, and these ones don't all have websites. Still, what we do is we go ahead and save that in our competitive research. That's all we do for now. Holy Hog Barbecue. Okay, this one's a little different. You got a pig with a halo over its head, Holy Hog, and the holy is the part of the H of the hog, barbecue, your hometown smokehouse. This is an interesting approach. This is a cleaner website. You have the food actually being prepared. You got some nice tabs here, easy with the stars. You scroll down here. Again, every one of these is going to be a little bit different, and everyone's going to help you get an idea of what to do and not to do. Yelp, Urban Spoon, TripAdvisor. Great, let's add this to our competitor research. And again, we could analyze that more closely later. Go through here. This is a listing. Great. I'm going to go ahead and save that. Let's see here. Yep, another one. Let's save this. Oh, we already had that. And then craft beer, Tampa Bay. Okay, this is really more of a craft brew joint, not a direct competitor. In the restaurant space, I wouldn't even bother with this. One thing I'm going to note is that if you're in a different industry, and I'll gloss over this, and if you want an example of a service industry, go ahead and let me know. But let's say you're a realtor. You might consider also looking at, if you do a search, you might also consider looking at maybe some financial service professionals. Why? Because you're both in, I understand it's a different business, but you're both in a very similar sales process. You both sell somebody else's stuff and get a commission off of it. And that's essentially what you do. A realtor sells somebody's house, they get a commission. A financial service provider sells insurance or stocks. Any kind of financial services are coming from a bigger entity. They're not really his services per se. So it's important that you keep that in mind, that sometimes you can go across the board, and that way you can actually look at the processes and the systems. Maybe you find they're using specific type of ads. That's kind of a little bonus, extracurricular. It has little to do with branding. Just keep that in mind. Now, the next step in the process is we want to use all that research, and we go over to this cool tool called Audience Insights over on Facebook. Now, I don't know if any of these guys are going to have, I don't know if any of them are going to have a big enough audience here on Facebook. In fact, I would doubt that they would. But what you can do is you can figure that out easily enough by just going to their Facebook page, see how big it is. For now, I'm just going to show you this tool using something that we know has a big one. I know we're not looking at this, but let's look at Starbucks. So that's actually pretty shocking. The Starbucks market, 83% women, 17% men. Now, this is on Facebook specifically, so keep in mind this isn't going to be representative of the entire community, but Facebook is a huge chunk of your market. Most of your customers are going to be on Facebook. So this tells you a little bit something about them. It shows you that a lot of them like children first, out and about, so spouses and houses dominated by middle-income, childless couples in their mid-20s. Children first, generally young families at a mean age of 25. So you can get all this insight into them. This is invaluable to building your brand. And it amazes me how many people don't utilize these free tools. For you, this is just going to business.facebook.com. If you're not already signed up, you sign up for free. You can go access your audience insights over here from the Audience Insights tab. It is that easy. Even if you're not advertising, using ad pixels, you don't have to add a billing method. All you have to do is go over here and click on Audience Insights. It's that easy. and the amount of insight you get for your business is absolutely phenomenal. Job title. This even tells you what kind of jobs these people have. So a lot of these people are in sales. Compared to 26% of the Facebook users say they're in sales, 38% of the people who like Starbucks say they're in sales. Then food prep. Apparently, a lot of people who are in food prep and service like Facebook more than the average person does, apparently. Then you go down here. These aren't not so arts, entertainment, sports, and media. People who work in that industry, maybe not so much. But again, you get their insights here. They like building their career. This is just the beginning. Now you go over to page likes, and this can be invaluable if you're advertising. And you can see what else they also like. They like Target, Walmart, Amazon, Macy's, Kohl's, Just Fab, Subway. They also like. So if they go to Starbucks, they go to Subway. Product service, Facebook, YouTube, Samsung, mobile, iTunes. Company, Disney, music, artist, Vin Diesel, Fast and Furious, which is a little bit strange. That was unexpected, but it's good to know. Maybe you're starting a coffee shop and you want to tap into some of this audience. All of a sudden, you can take note of these things. Look, they like Adam Sandler, Rihanna, Will Smith, Selena Gomez, Channing Tatum. Again, these demographics, you know their age groups. Location, you get to see, well, this isn't going to work as well for Starbucks, but so we won't look at that. But for your business, you can see location where they are. If you're a digitally based business, you might target people more in certain areas. Activity, this one isn't as important. This is about their Facebook activity. See ads, post shared, post like. This isn't as important for branding, so don't bother. Household income, though, this one can be very, very valuable for your social branding. It can give you insight into where they're at in this. And then look here. So renter, 32.5% of these people are renters versus 25% of Facebook users are renters. So you have more renters. And knowing this is essential to the next step of our process. Let's look at one final tool, and I'm going to use Starbucks as an example again. Starbucks.com. This is called Similar Web, and for branding purposes, we're just going to focus on your branding purposes. I'm going to gloss over the other things because I think this video is going longer than I wanted it to begin with. Now, if you're actually running a coffee shop, this one will not be as valuable for coffee shops or barbecue joints, for instance. However, it will be one of the most valuable tools for online businesses, for professional service providers, because a lot of the times you can get and do get visitors from the website. A store, a retail store, or a coffee shop, or a restaurant usually doesn't get as much from the website so much as they get from social sites or from other platforms where they have their menus like Zagat or Yelp or TripAdvisor. Those other sites are more where you're going to get your business. Anyways, what we want to look at here is referrals. This shows us seeing when you're as big as Starbucks, you don't get much insight from it. Anyways, everything's coming from a type of Starbucks site. So this is pretty much worthless. We could try to follow some of these, but again, not much. What you'll find here is that most of the traffic to Starbucks actually is weighted because people are going to the coffee shop and they're logging into the free Wi-Fi, and that's probably what a lot of these are, is them actually getting sent there. It amazed me when I went there a couple years ago. I remember I figured this out for the first time. I went to log in and I looked at their Alexa ranking on their internet access portal and how high it was. And so they get a lot of traffic just from people going there. So again, there's a little tilted, but you'll see how this can be valuable. You get to actually see where people are coming from, that's top referring sites, and then where they're going to after. Again, it can help you get in the head of your audience. It can help you see what your competitors are getting traffic from and where their people are going to after they visit them. If you're not already using SimilarWeb, you need to start right away. Same with the business insights on Facebook. You got to start this. Final thing is the audience down here. what we have here is we get a closer look. Also visited again all Starbucks, not too valuable. But you see that they like shopping, food, drink, restaurants, art and entertainment, shopping coupons. Again, just an oversight. Sometimes in this case, you'll find the business insights on Facebook much more valuable. Again, for other businesses, especially web-based businesses, similar web can be one of the most valuable out there. And search and social will be two tabs that you go into. Again, that has little to do with branding, so we're not touching on that now. Now that we have all that information here though, and I think we're already at the video's end, I'm going to keep going and hopefully you'll stick with me. So those two tools alone should be able to really transform what you're doing. What I'm going to do next though is show you what happens when you hop onto your Word document.